So this is our introduction to SmartFace, Smart Attendance Management System using Artificial Intelligence. So I'm planning to use it this September po. So bakit importante po yung Smart Attendance Management System using Artificial Intelligence? So ito po mga issues with manual attendance. Unang-una po is human error. So teacher may accidentally mark the wrong student present or absent. So minsan po sa dami ng mga student, pag ma-mark natin is medyo minsan pwede tayong magkaroon ng pagkakamali. Handwritten records can be difficult to read for or misinterpret. So minsan din po yan kung nag-mark is yung student or pina-attendance natin sa student, pwede pong magkamali din yung estudyante. Time-consuming process. Taking attendance manually can consume valuable class time, especially in larger classes. Then, transferring data from paper to digital records require additional time and effort. Yan po is sa ating school form 2 at saka po sa ating report card. Then, inaccuracy and manipulation. Student may falsely report attendance for absent classmates. Pwede pong mangyari yan. So sa ating smart attendance, we will be using face recognition. So hindi po sila pwedeng mandaya. Meron po tayong backup na QR codes that will be imprinted in our ID. Then, attendance records may not be updated in real time, leading to outdated information. Yan po. Kung manual po yan, so we need to tabulate those data. Pero po sa smart attendance, in one click po, mag-generate na po yung records or yung ating monthly attendance or daily time records. Then, storage and management. Storing physical attendance sheets requires space and can lead to clutter. So yan po, sa mga papers natin, usually kung palipat-lipat tayo, usually nasisira or nawawala. Then paper records are vulnerable to being lost, damaged, or destroyed. Yun nga po yung sa sinabi ko. Then lack of immediate insights. Manual records make it difficult to quickly analyze attendance trend and identify issues. So sa ginawa ko po is meron tayong reports na nagge-generate automatically na nagsasabi or nag-inform sa advisor or sa admin or sa sa guardian. So they will be notified automatically daily sa stand or class standing ng student. Then parents and administrators may not be promptly informed about attendance problem. So yun nga po. So prompt po yung notification sa ating mga guardians. So matutulungan po tayo sa pagbabantay sa bata. Ito po yung objectives natin. The objectives of creating a SmartFace Smart Attendance Management System using artificial intelligence for Rafael L. Lasatin Memorial High School are to enhance efficiency, accuracy, reporting, and security in the process of tracking attendance of students, notifying stakeholders, yan po yung mga guardian and parents, generating individual or group reports for analysis. So pwede tayo po mag-generate anytime for monthly records o per sections, at pwede rin pong per learner. So the data from the learner can be sent to their guardian po. Then I'll be using waterfall model po or methodology. So this is a primary tool that we are using in software development. So ito po yung ginagamit ko noon nung nagtatrabaho pa ako sa industry. So dalawa po yan. Ang isa po ay si Agile methodology. Yan naman po is for group. So if there are multiple software developer, yun po yung gagamitin. Pero dahil po ako'y mag-isa lang, I'll be using the traditional waterfall model. So what is the waterfall model? The waterfall model is a linear, sequential approach to the software development lifecycle that is popular in software engineering and product development. So meron po tayong dito, figure. So una po is requirements, so gathering requirements, then planning the design or user interface ng ng software. Then dito po yung development, third part. So ito po yung mga software developer or minsan tawag nila is computer programmer, so they will be coding that application. Then the fourth procedure is testing. So yan po yung pinakamahaba, product testing. After the product testing, kung medyo okay na po or okay na sa ating tingin, dyan na po yung deployment. So the software will be deployed. So nandyan na po tayo sa phase na yan, or nandyan na po ako sa phase na yan. So I'm beta testing the software with our students. Then maintenance. So maintenance is hindi po na-stop yan, so continuous yan while we're using that software. So the waterfall model uses a logical progression of SDLC or software development lifecycle for a project, similar to the direction water flows over the edge of a cliff. It set distinct endpoints or goals for each phase of development. Those endpoints or goals can be revisited after their completion. So yan po yung ginagamit ko, si waterfall methodology or model. Then ito po yung mga email na masisend every time papasok yung student. So lahat po ng pumasok or nag-log out, an email will be sent to their guardian. So ito po yung data niya. Meron po siyang greetings. So nandyan po yung natin, parent or guardian. Then susunod is student information. So ang student information po na sample ko is ako. So yan, student name, LRN, grade and section, and login. So ito po, ang login niya is August 14 at 14:43. Ito po yung sample natin. Then meron tayong info kay SmartFace. Then meron tayong comment and suggestion message us with our facebook.com rllmhs.shs page. So ito po is kung meron po silang comment or suggestion, then linagay ko na rin po yung number ko. So every guardian po is makaka-receive yan. Usually 2 times a day, pag login at saka logout ng student. So meron na pong accountability ng parents, so they will promptly be informed kung nasa school ang estudyante or nasa labas. Sa ating instance naman po is wala naman po siguro tumatalon sa sa pader. Then this is the network topology of the attendance system. So meron po tayong server. So server po dapat is nasa natin yung ComLab. Kaya lang ang problema sa ComLab natin is inayos ngayon, kaya gagawin ko muna po is individually. So we have a server, printer, so a PC or computer, personal computer can connect to the router, then laptop or tablet using our router and switch or switch po. So sa tingin ko po, safe to say is we can use up to 4 computers. Then repository database for the images. So ito po yung nag-scan ako ng mga images ng mga students. So dito po is ayan po yung mga actual na scan natin. So nandyan din po si Ma'am Edna, Sir Jade, si Ma'am JB, sino pa ito? Si Ma'am Alma, ako, si Pugila Satin, si Ma'am GB pala ito. Okay, so ito po isang poll kung paano i-save sa repository storage yung mga images ng mga na enrolled sa ating application. Then these are the software we need so we can finish our application. So isang Windows 11 operating system, then Visual Studio 2019 integrated development environment. So this is where all the coding will be done. Then Microsoft SQL Server 2018. So dito po nalalagay ang lahat ng mga records. Isa po itong database. So lalagay yan sa server. Then Luxart Face SDK or face recognition. This is a artificial intelligence technology being used sa mga security ano tawag doon, CCTV security sa mga businesses. So ito po yung artificial intelligence na nagamit ko. I have tested several artificial intelligence like OpenCV, MUCV, mga open source po. Ang issue lang po is yung false positive o yung pag chinek yung face, hindi man po siya yon, nare-record pa rin niya. So using open source software is hindi po siya masyadong maganda. So ito po is isang paid software or software development kit na ginamit ko. So maganda naman po siya. So ang accuracy po niya is actually hanggang 98 or 99%. Then next is aforge.net Computer Vision. This is for reading QR codes. So this is a free open source. Sa aking pagtitest is okay naman. So it can read the QR code that can be installed in our identification card. So need lang po na medyo malaki. Hindi siya pwedeng 1 inch. So we need to put it almost half of the face of the ID. Then Zing ID2D barcode image processing. So ang machine learning pong ito is it can create QR code with the given data. So yung data na po na nilalagay natin or nilagay ko is yung full name ng enrollees. Then susunod is SAP Crystal Reports generator. So Crystal Reports for generating reports from our DTR and monthly reports. Then Microsoft Voice API, speech recognition and speech synthesis. So I'll be using this software or this tool to voice out the name of our enrollees. So para po meron siyang identification every time na face read. Then Mailtrap SMTP, email protocol or simple mail transfer protocol. This is the software I'll be using to generate those notifications that will be sent to our guardians. Then application walkthrough. So I'll be showing you the application or the system. So ito po siya. So I'll be running it now. And magwa-walkthrough po ako sa mga modules. Actually po dito wala naman kayong gagawin. Ang kailangan nyo lang dito is yung mga report if you need it. So ito po yung user interface niya. So I made it easy to use. So minimal settings or controls to run the program. So meron po tayong button dito for guest. Pag sinabing guest po is for students. So if you don't need to go to the different modules, kailangan nyo lang is yung face recognition at saka yung QR code. You need to press guest para wala ng iba pang lilitaw na modules kung hindi naman kailangan. Then Sa bandang ilalim is mayroong username and password. So, the administrator can create username and password po. So, I'll be an administrator. Siguro si Mabed na at saka mga natin, mga grade level coordinator. So, dito po, meron akong simpleng username and password para madaling pumasok. But, for recording our face and QR code, hindi na po kailangan ditong pumunta. Dito lang po sa guest. But I'll be showing you all the modules. So, I need to register or log in my account. So, meron po akong dummy account.
Welcome one.
Okay, once I enter my credentials, so lilitaw na po yung natin menu. So, there are several sub-menu po dito. Nandito po yung face recognition at saka QR code reader. So ito yung pwedeng i-access ng guest account. So naka-enable po ito. Yung mga iba po dito na mga module are inaccessible po sa guest account. So ang maka-access lang po dito is yung teachers at saka administrator. So, bago natin tingnan yung lahat ng mga modules, we'll start with our maintenance. So, ang maintenance po natin is user accounts or user management accounts po. This is where all the user are located. So, ito po siya. Meron siyang add, save, browse, and delete. So, to view our records, we can click browse. Ayan po. So, these are the users that are recorded in our database. So, meron tayong username at saka user level. So, try natin po mag-add. Example po, mag-add ako ng new user. So, papangalan ko na lang is Rex Gomez. Then, lagay ko yung password. So, sabihin ko is 1. So, dito po hindi makikita. Naka-hide yung natin, text. Then, dala po yung natin level. User and admin. User po is generally, it can access all the modules. Ang di lang po niya ma-access is itong user management module. Kasi po, ang naka-access lang po dito is admin. And for deleting records po, naka-disable din yan po sa user. So, si admin lang po ang pwedeng mag-delete ng records. So, save. Yes. So, record has been saved. So, we got a new user named Rex Gomez. And the level of, the access level is admin. Then, next po is school year settings. So, school year setting is based on our school calendar po. So, dito po naglagay lang ako ng number of days na hindi pa naman mo final. Sa mga sample po lang yan. So, in-start ko ng July. So, ay June. So, nilagay ko is 1. Then, August, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, and April. So, 2024 to 2025. So, dito po, dito natin binibase yung monthly number of days that are required per month. So, example po, ako pumasok ko ng 20 days sa August. So, yung system po is i-check niya yung number of days na required sa pinasukan. So, kung 20 tapos 22 yung number of days na kailangan, so absent po siya ng 2 days. So, actually hindi mo po pinapasukan to once lang at ako lang po or yung admin ng required na magpalit niyan. Then, next is auto-sender. So, this is a module that can send uh, all the notification per guardian. So dito po meron tayong two segments. Yung una po is manual notification. So ano po yung manual notification? So dito po meron tayong login. So send notification sa login. Ibig sabihin lahat pong nang nag-login today sa date na nakasulat dito sa ating calendar, example is 8, magsisend po siya ng notification kung anong time pumasok yung estudyante. So ang mangyayari is magsisend siya ng email to the guardian. So notifying that the student has entered the premises at the given time or at the time na na-stamp po yung oras niya sa face recognition. Then log out. So you can press this button to send email to the guardian ulit kung anong time nag-log out yung student. So ano po ito? Volume ang pagsisend. Then meron naman ng isang part dito is auto-send notification. Ano po yun? So auto-send notification is a tool that you will click or set the timer on. So I'll be setting the timer on. First, lagyan po siya ng voice para at least naririnig. Okay, so meron po tayong dito, clock na set. Kung nag-set po yung current time sa current time ng login timer, it will send login notification to the guardian. Then kung yung current time naman po is tumama sa time ng logout timer, it will send automatically notification to the guardian on that particular date na na-timestamp ng estudyante. So dito po, kung tumama po, example yan, 7:06, kung umabot siya ng 7:30, it will send an email. So sa atin po is mamaya gagawin ko kasi wala po tayong na login. So we will try it later to send a mass notification to guardians. So next, dito po tayo sa mga modules. So ang primary or first thing to do here is use the enrollment module po. Ito po, enrollment module. So ito po is ginagawa lang po yan every start of the school year. So I'll be asking the students to enter their infos. Mare-register po siya sa natin sa database. So sa atin po is meron na pong data ito. I'll be using the browse. Ayan po. So we have data from the previous school year. So yung mga data po dito is 2023 to 2024. So hindi pa po na-update kasi yun nga po nawala yung natin si Comlab. Pero ito po paano ma-access yung data. So i-search po yung name. Then after the lookup, meron po tayong choices kung saan po yung record. So sa akin, itatry ko yung sa akin. So double click lang po yung data grid. Ang tawag po dito is data grid. Then double click. Then you can use the button here sa tabi ng full name, or you can double click the text box to populate the fields. So pwede po dito at pwede dito. So I'll be clicking the button at lilito na po. Ayan po. I am registered to the section 12 Gonzales. Full name, gender, date of birth. So date of birth po hindi naman talaga required. So you can put kahit hindi po tama yung date of birth kasi hindi naman natin require talaga. LRN, guardian. So we need the guardian. Then address kung gustong i-share yung address. Then guardian email. Then pwede rin po yung number, kaya lang po hindi tayo registered sa Text Blaster or web or Text API. So Text API is a tool that automatically send text to Guardian. Ang problema lang po dito is hindi ko malagay kasi every text is required to pay 1 peso. So kung ang student po natin is 400, so 2 times natin i-send, so 800 per day. So hindi po siya maganda. So we need free notification. So we're using email. So ang primary requirements lang po dito is section, name, gender, then guardian, at saka yung si guardian email. So kung walang email po yung magulang, they can register their siblings po or tito, titas para at least mano-notify sila. So this is enrollment module. So you can add. Ayun po, pwede kayo mag-add. Then search the section. Then you can type your full name, gender, date of birth, LRN kung alam po yung LRN, guardian, address, email, and contact number. So yan po siya. Hindi na mag-add kasi naka-add na lahat. Then susunod, there is the print button. The print button will generate all the students information. So try po natin. So print yes. So yan po. I'm using Excel to generate po. So yan po sila. Section, full name, LRN, gender, date of birth, guardian, email, contacts, and address. Yan, pula ng natin, last year students. So, pwede pong gamitin to kung gusto makitang full information na hindi na kailangan pumunta sa sa LIS. So, ito po yung unang gagawin na actually gagawin na ng student po ito kasi sila po magiging code dyan. Next, we need to generate a QR code that is needed for our ID. So to generate a QR code, you go to the module QR code generator. So this is the QR code generator po. At meron siya mga control na browse, generate, save image, clear, at saka quit. So to generate a single student QR code, you can press browse, then search for the name, then press po sa data grid. After pressing, you need to press the button here or yung text box ng double click. Okay, so ayan po, full name, group or section, then LRN. So dito we can generate a QR code. Yes, ayan po. So, yan po yung QR code na lalagay natin sa student ID. Then, you can save that particular QR code. Ayan po. Image Gomez Rexmax I has been generated. So, pag pinress po, ay ma-generate na siya. So, dito po, meron na po mga na-generate. So, tanggalin ko lang po yung group. So, po ako, Gonzales. So, delete ko ulit. Then, I'll be generating it again. Or na-generate na. I'll be saving it. Then, ayun, Gonzales. So, meron na po ako. Ayan. Gomez X Max I. Pero kung mag-generate po ng individual, medyo matagal po yan. So, kasi i-generate ng isa-isa tapos i-send sa gumagawa ng ID. So, meron po tayong tool na mas mapapadali yung pag-generate ng QR code. Actually po, pinapakita ko lang. Actually, hindi naman gagawin to. Ang nag-generate po dyan is admin. So, Papakita lang at least may idea. So, example grade 12. So, lahat ng grade 12 students po, pag pinili po dito yung grade 12 Gonzales at pipress yung generate and save QR code per section. Ibig sabihin, lahat ng grade 12 Gonzales, ma-generate yung kanilang QR code. So, mas mabilis po ito. Pinakita ko lang kanina yung individual. So, you can generate the section QR code by pressing the generate and save the QR code per sections. So, press the button and wait for a few seconds. Then, Gonzales. Yan po. So, ma-generate na siya. So, one click lang po, ma-generate na lang ng codes per student. Ayan po. Mga last year po ito. So, yan po si QR code. So, yan po yung gagamitin pag nag-false positive po yung face recognition. So, alternative is QR code, which is using machine learning po. Sa face recognition po is we're using artificial intelligence naman. Next. So, after the QR code, then si face capture naman po. So, first time ma-enroll yung student, you need to use the face capture module. So, once lang po gagawin to pag start of the school year or pag okay na po yung COMLAB. So, you need to press start. After pressing start, ayan po siya. So, example, hindi pa ako na-record. Pag may lumilitaw na pong box na green tapos yung name, ibig sabihin po na-record na yan. Pero kung hindi po siya na-record, you can press the image, then mag-blue-blue. Pag mag-blue po yan, ibig sabihin, you are permitted to record that person. So, kung wala pa pong name, double-click lang po yan, then search the name, then press OK. So, hindi ko na po gagawin kasi naka-register na ako. So, search the name using this text box. Ayan, example ako. Then, press OK. Then, the system will record the name to your the face will be recorded to your name in the database po. Okay. So, done. After all those procedures po, actually, na po yan. In 1 year, wala na po yung gagawin kung hindi login, log out. So, we'll be viewing our face recognition. So, this is the main module that will be used daily. So, ito po siya. Meron siyang start QR code reader. Ibig sabihin po ito kung ayaw man daw nung face recognition sa iyo or hindi siya ma-recognize yung face, so you can press the QR code to enter the module, then quit, then meron tayong login. So ibig sabihin yan na naka-static po yan ng login. So sa umaga, everyone that uses the webcam will be logged into our database. Then send email. So it will send an email to your parent po. So pag naglangin siya, masisend yung email. Ang problema lang po dito kasi magkakaroon siya ng buffering kasi the system will use the email to send the notification na hindi kung nag-email po kayo, makikita nyo, meron siyang time lapse, usually 3 seconds. So kung marami yung estudyante, maganda yung hindi na muna kiklik yung send email. So na natin, magsasend na lang tayo ng bulk yung kanina auto sender. Then we can press this button to on the speech command from Microsoft. So on po
voice
natin.
name.
Okay, ibig sabihin po every time na mag-enter or magla-login using the face recognition, sasabihin niyo po yung pangalan. Dito po is Okay din pong gamitin iyon yon, kaya lang po medyo matagal kasi kailangan niya muna tapusin yung pangalan. So usually ino-off natin to. But for our testing, we will be enabling the voice. So yun po. Then start na natin. So ito lang pong gagamitin every opening of class. So meron tayong login at logout. Maganda is yung sa computer is login, yung isa is logout para hindi na kailangan i-click yung mga button. So I'll be pressing the start. I'll be logging myself.
Gomez Rex Maxi is logged.
Then, nilogout naman po kung pa-out na ako.
Logout.
Okay, yun po yung face recognition. So, once na pumasok, harap ka lang din mala-login na or mala-logout. Ngayon po, for false positive naman kung sakali lang. So, majority naman po is hindi na kailangan gamitin to, pero for emergency purposes, paano naman yung hindi ma-recognize yung face? So, they can use the QR code reader. So, ayan po. Then, start. Then, read. So, wala po tayong ID. So, I'll be using the QR code na na-generate kanina.
Login.
Okay, ayun po, login. Then isa pa, try natin yung meron naman voice.
Voice on. Gomez, Paul Carl T is logout.
So yan po yung QR code reader. So sa false positive po, they need to use this. So magkakaroon po ng seminar sa mga estudyante paano gamitin yung QR code pag meron ng ID. Then yun po, saan tayo? Reporting. So dalawa po yung reporting natin sa individual at saka kay per sections. But before that, we need to enter the weekly schedule. So dito po, meron tayong weekly schedule ng mga different sections kasi hindi naman po sabay-sabay ang pag-out at saka in. So nagbigay ng sample 7 to 2 from Monday hanggang Friday. Then Saturday blank kasi wala naman pasok sa Saturday at saka Sunday. Then meron tayong grace period. Ang grace period po natin is per minutes. So linigay ko po is 15. Hindi ko lang alam po sa ibang teacher, so sila maglalagay dito or sila mag-inform sa akin kung ano nalagay, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, or 20 minutes. So dito lalagay ko is 15 minutes. So example po sa Gonzales, 7 to 4. So ang grace period niya po is 7 at saka 15. So 7:15, after 7:15, so ano na po siya, late. Ngayon naman po kung hindi 1600 or 4 p.m. example 3:50, so ano po siya, under time. So dahil iba-iba po yung natin out, so ang ginawa ko is per lang siya, per section. So meron tayong Monday to Friday. So you can add the section, tapos add section, pero dito po dahil meron na, hindi na kailangan add, edit na lang po kung papalitan yung section. So kung papalitan yung time in at saka time out, then after palitan, you need to save that information by pressing save button. Then we can also generate our weekly schedule. So press print, then it will generate a CSV file. Yan po. Okay, so Borromeo, Monday, so 7 to 14, 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 then grace period is 15 minutes. Saan po sila? Total 10, kulang po ata. Meron ang kulang sa grade level. So, then, dito na tayo po sa pinaka-importante, si monthly time record. So, dito po, dito makita yung mga data ng per section at individual. So, we will be starting with individual. There are two tabs. Tab 1 is section, then tab 2 is individual. So, here, meron po tayong combo box that shows all the students. To search a particular student, you need to type the last name. After typing the last name, you need to press the drop-down button. Then, lilitaw na po sila. Example sa akin is Gomez Rex Max I. So, ito po yung month, 9, tsaka year, 2024. So, I'll be generating the reports. So, yan po, meron akong tran date or transaction date na ginawa ngayon, 09/08/2024. Then, nag-tran in ako, log in, then log out. Then, nandito yung email ng parents ko. Then, my section, LRN, gender, guardian, then contact number. So, to send it to the parent, you can generate the report. Oops, sorry. 09/08. So, hindi po siya ma-generate kasi Sunday po tayo. Doon sa weekly natin po is blank si Sunday. So, we'll be using a dummy record na lang to show you the daily time record of individual students. So, I'll be using last month. So, search. Ayan po. So, nagkaroon ako ng dummy data para po pakita sa inyo yung report niya. So, pressing the print again. Okay. So, ayan po siya. Okay. Ayan po yung tran date, login, logout, remarks. So, dito po is wala siyang tardiness. Then, dito, na-late siya. Pumasok siya ng 9. So, late. Dito naman, umuwi siya ng 3. Ang out is 4. So, under time. So, this data can be sent to the guardian using this email po. So, this is individual po. Per month po siya. So, it can generate the report for individual po. Then, total number of days is 22. Then, we'll be using the monthly attendance report. Okay, sa monthly attendance report naman po, lahat ng estudyante per section. So, I have a dummy account again using my offspring. So, Gonzales ulit. Search. Okay, so ito po sila. So, P stands for present. Then, pag blank po is usually weekends. Then, under time, late. Then, there's a cell here for the total attendance. So, 22. The number of days, this is the school year po. Galing po dito yan. School year. Nasa kasi. Ayan. So, school year natin is 9 ba? Ay, hindi. 22 is August. Ayan po, August. So, 22. Wala silang absent, pero 30 sila. So, let's try to generate the report to make it clearer po. Okay. So, ayan po sila. P stands for, meron tayong legends is present. Late for L, U for under time, NI for no login, NO for no log out. So, yan po. The name of the student, LRN, gender, Then T01 for day 1 up to 31. So dito po is meron tayong month, number of days. Ibig sabihin po kung ilan yung days ng August. So dito tayo magbe-base. So this is also automatically generated kung magse-September. So tingnan natin September hanggang 30 po yata. Yun, 30. So present. PU stands for present but under time. Late. Present under time. Present under time. So total is 22. The number of days is 20 days. So meron tayong remarks na na-generate dito. The student has issues of tardiness. Yan. Pag 5 po is inform po tayo ng program na kailangan nang i-inform yung magulang. Then 3 yata po is yung inform na yung or igagay na ng advisor. Okay, so pwede pong palitan yung remarks according to number of absent. So yan po siya. Then we'll try our yan po yung monthly attendance record per section. So tingnan po natin si autosender. So we will generate our autosender. So tingnan ko muna po yung ano tawag doon? Yung email na ginamit ko para mabuksan ko. Okay, rexmax@gmail. So yan po. So we will try it now. Autosender. So yan. So we will use the autosender. So I'll be clicking that enable timer. Then with voice. So lagay natin po dito is 17:32.
Emailed Gomez Maxima.
O yan po, nag-send na po siya automatic. So kung marami po yan nag-login today, marami siyang e-email po. So ayun, email sent.
Emailed.
Okay. Ito po yung result. So Gomez Rex Max, student information. So logout po tayo is yan. So nalogout po siya ng 5:32. Okay. So yan po yung email generated using the application. So yan po yung natin si Smart Face.
Welcome one.
So ulitin ko lang po, ang gagamitin lang po dito is si face recognition at saka si QR code reader. So yan po, naka-on. So hindi naman kailangan gamitin ngayon. So yan po ang buong kabuuan ni Smart Face. Then saan na tayo? Wait lang po. Okay. Then delimitation po. Sabi sa ating mga ginawa. Number 1, no attendance system is perfect. And there will be instance of errors or inaccuracy. Biometric system, for example, may have false positive or negatives. So this is remedied po using QR code. Kung magkaroon man ng false positive sa ating face recognition, our alternative is machine learning using QR code. The system can only be used with the Windows operating system. So the tools I have used are particularly fitted for Windows operating system like Windows 10, 11, and Windows 7. The client software needs to be installed on the PC to access the artificial intelligence tools. Yes. So yung artificial intelligence face recognition needs to be installed to the client software. Then number 4, the Gmail capacity for sending notifications is 500 and 200 for business accounts po. So pag free po 500 lang sa atin po dahil under tayo ng DepEd, the maximum is 2,000. So kung 400 yung student natin, 4 times 2, so 800. So kaya po niyang mag-send sa mga parent. Then, lights can affect the accuracy of the QR code reader. Sa QR code reader po, pwedeng maka-affect yung kung masyadong maliwanag. So, maganda is talikod yung webcam sa maliwanag na surroundings. So, yun po. So, yun po yung smart face artificial intelligence for attendance management system. Thank you.
Hello, here is the introduction to the Smart Attendance Management System. The video shows students entering the school premises and the system detecting their faces and logging in or logging out the students. The information are recorded to the database and notifications is sent to the guardians.
Andrada Christine Gianti is login. Garcia Roldan E is login. Kagungan John Calvin A is login. Javier Haisha Pearl D is login. Bagon Alicia M is login. Aquino Joshua S is login. Aquino Joshua S is already login. Abante Jean is login. Qnananma.Christina T is login. Jabit Maril E is login.
Javier Haisha Pearl D is logout. Bagon Alicia M is logout. Qnananma.Christina T is logout. Jabit Maril E is logout. Kagungan John Calvin A is logout. Aquino Joshua S is logout. Garcia Roldan E is logout.
The Smart Attendance Management System is very useful for teachers because it can enhance efficiency and accuracy, generate reports, and secure the process of tracking attendance of the students, notifying stakeholders, and generating individual or group data for analysis, adding students' records, creating QR codes for the section, check the attendance of the student via grade and section, auto-send notifications to guardians, and generate monthly attendance report that can be used for School Form 2 and report cards. The system used face recognition or used the QR code reader from the school ID in case of a false positive. With the system, we will use the latest artificial intelligence and biometrics in our school district. Thank you for watching.